Hello everyone, this is Navanita. Now we are going to study the topic from human eye and colorful world. That is, now we are going to find the refraction of light through a triangular prism. So in the previous video we learned angle of deviation by using of prism. We find the angle of deviation there, right? Now we are going to find the refraction of light through a triangular prism. So here, find the refractive index of a prism. This is the aim of this activity, and the materials required here: prism and piece of white chart of size 20 into 20 centimeters, pencil, pins, scale and protractor. And the procedure of this activity: first of all we need to take a prism and place it on the white chart, okay, in such a way that the triangular base of the prism is one of the chart here. We have to draw a line around the prism. We have to draw the boundary using a pencil. Now we have to remove the prism, okay. So what is the shape of the outline drawn? Yes, here it is a triangular shape. Now it is a triangle. So name its vertices as P, Q and R. So for many prisms the triangle formed is equilateral. So the refracting surfaces could be rectangular in shape. So find the angle between PQ and PR. So this is the angle of the prism, that is denoted with A. Okay, so here, first of all, we have to mark M on the side of triangle, that is PQ. Okay, so here I want to draw the prism first, diagram. Yes, it is looks like in a triangle like, okay. So here, first of all, mark M on the side of triangle PQ. So this is a PQ and R triangle. So I want to mark M on one side of the triangle PQ. And also draw a perpendicular to PQ at M. So here, when we draw the perpendicular to this PQ at M, this is a normal to this point. This is the M point here. Now, place the center of the protractor at M along the normal. Mark an angle of 30 degrees and then draw a line up to M. Okay, so we have to place a protractor at the point of M. Okay, along this normal. So we have to mark an angle of 30 degrees and we have to draw a line up to M. Okay, so here, assume that it is at this point. So we have to draw a line up to M here. So here, this angle is called angle of incidence here. Okay, so this line denotes the incident ray. So here, this is the incident ray. Here angle of incidence. Now we have to note it in table 1 and draw a small arrow on it. Okay, so like this. So you can see here, this is a PQR triangle, and here at the point of M we have the normal point, and here when we are taking 30 degrees ray, that is the incident ray here. Here this is the angle between normal and incident ray, that is angle of incidence here, right? So here we have to place a prism in its position again. Okay, we have to place the prism again in its triangle position. Now fix 2 pins vertically on the line at points A and B. Okay, so here we have to mark 2 points on the incident ray. So there we have to make 2 pins. Okay, we have to fix 2 pins here. Now look for the images of pins through the prism from the other side, that is PR. Okay, and fix another pins at points C and D. So in such a way that all the 4 pins appear to lie along the same straight line. Okay, so here this line is when we draw a line from point M, this is the reflected ray. Okay, so this is the refracted ray, and this is the point CD line is a emergent ray here, right? So when we observe all these 4 pins through this prism, we observe that here all the 4 pins appear to lie along the same straight line. Okay, so do it carefully here. Now remove the prism and take out pins also. Now draw a line joining the 2 pin holes. Okay, so here we have to join these 2 pins line. Okay, so here draw a line joining the 2 pins. Here, these 2 pinholes formed by the pins to meet surface PR. So this is a emergent ray which emerges from the surface PR at point N. So here N is a normal to this line, this emergent ray. And here the angle between the normal at N and the emergent ray is a angle of emergence. Okay, this I2 is the angle of emergence here. So we have to measure this angle and we have to note its value in the table 1. Now, join the points M and N. Okay, so by a straight line. So the line passing through the points A, B, M, N and C, D represents the path of light when it suffers refraction through the prism. Okay, so this path of light, okay, when it refers refraction through the prism. So, how do you find the angle of deviation? Right? So, here the angle between the extended incident and emergent ray is called angle of deviation. Okay, here the angle between this extended incident and emergent ray, right? So here this is the angle of deviation. So how to find this angle of deviation? Means already we find. So here when we extended this incident ray and emergent ray, we can find the angle of deviation here. Okay, so here yes, extend both incident and emergent rays till they meet its point O. So measure the angle between these 2 rays. So this is the angle of deviation. So it is denoted by letter D. We have to note it table 1. So we have to repeat this procedure for various angle of incidence such as 40, 50, etc. First of all, we are taken at 30 degrees of incident angle, right? So we have taken incident angle as the 30 here. Now we have to do this experiment with 40 and 50, 60 like that. Okay. Now we have to find the corresponding angles of deviation and angles of emergence, and we have to note the values in the table. So here, what do you notice from the angles of deviation? So here, when we do this activity by using of different angles, we'll notice that the angle of deviation decreases first and then increases with increase in angle of incidence. Okay, so first of all, we observe that the angle of deviation decreases and then it will increases with increase in the angle of incidence. Okay, so here Can you draw a graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation? Yes. So here, first of all, here we can draw the angle between the graph between the angle of incidence and angle of deviation. So first of all, take angle of incidence along x-axis and angle of deviation along y-axis. So using a suitable scale, mark points on graph paper for every pair of angles. So finally we have to join the points to obtain graph, that is a smooth curve we'll observe. Okay, so here you can observe this is a graph, okay, between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. Here from the graph, can you find the minimum of the angles of deviation? Yes, we can draw a tangent line to the curve. Okay, we can draw a tangent line to the curve. So parallel to x-axis at the lowest point of the graph, the point where the line cuts y-axis gives the angle of minimum deviation. Okay, here when we draw line to the curve, that is parallel to x-axis, okay, and at the lowest point of the graph, the point where the line cuts y-axis gives the angle of minimum deviation here. Okay, so here if you do the experiment with this angle of incidence, you will get an angle of emergence equals to the angle of incidence. Okay, is there any relation between the angle of incidence and angle of emergence and angle of deviation? Yes, so here the relation between these three here, I1 plus I2, here I1 is the angle of incidence and I2 is the angle of emergence, which equals to A plus D, right? So A is the angle of prism and D is the angle of deviation. So we can write from this I plus R equals to A plus D. Okay, right. So here this is the relation between the angle of incidence and emergent ray and angle of deviation. Okay, so here when we complete the table 1, here we'll get the values like this. So I'll draw here. So here first of all we have to take the serial number, and next we have to take angle of incidence. Here simply I'll write I1 angle of incidence, and angle of emergence I2 I'll write here, and angle of deviation denoted with D here. So when here angle of incidence is 35 degrees, then the angle of emergence is at 74 degrees, okay, and the angle of deviation is 45 degrees, okay. And next, if the angle of incidence is 40 degrees, then angle of emergence is 60 degrees and deviation is 40 degrees, right? Now when the angle of incidence is 45 degrees, then angle of emergence 53 degrees and angle of deviation 38 degrees. Okay, here when the angle of incidence increases, angle of deviation decreases here. Okay, so here you can observe when the angle of incidence 35 degrees, angle of deviation 48 degrees, and when the angle of incidence 40 degrees, angle of deviation 40 degrees. And when the angle of incidence is 45 degrees, it is decreases to 38 degrees here. Right? So when further it will angle of incidence increases, then the angle of deviation also increases. Okay? Right.